After this upcoming draft, I have a strong feeling the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be backloaded with so many wide receivers. Now, the question is, who's the odd man out? What's good, beautiful people? I want to talk to you guys about the wide receiver position. Now, we all know we have a dynamo in DeVonta Smith. We know we have a potential home run hitter in Quez Watkins. We know we have the lofty young veteran in Greg Ward. And we know we have brought in a guy like Zach Pascal. But anybody beyond that, really, who do you really expect to make the cut, especially after this upcoming draft, where most likely we're going to draft at least one wide receiver? And it's not even to mention guys they may bring in as undrafted rookies or anybody beyond that, right? But you can make an argument that there's going to be a few guys that will be the odd men out, and it's either going to be cut or the Eagles are going to find a way to trade them somehow, or they may be dropped to the practice squad. You're always going to have your practice squad guys in the event of any emergency. But here's how I see it shaking out, because I believe DeVonta Smith is obviously going to be here. Then we're going to draft a wide receiver. So that's going to be the number 2 wide receiver. Then we have Quez Watkins, who will be our number 3. Then you have Zach Pascal. And then after that is where things get a little tricky, because I believe Greg Ward is better than Jalen Reagor. I believe Greg Ward is better than J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I believe Greg Ward is better than John Hightower. Greg Ward, time and time again, has been reliable, and that's something you really can't beat. I believe Greg Ward is better than Deon Cain. I believe Greg Ward is better than Devin Allen, just because of experience and recency to the game. And the thing about Devin Allen is bringing him in sent a clear notice to Jalen Reagor that we're bringing in someone that can take your job as a returner. And that's the sad thing about Jalen Reagor's situation, most importantly, is the fact that he's been giving so many unique opportunities, so many various outlets to be successful. And I got to give credit to Nick Sirianni for being patient. He tried to get him in deep routes. He tried to get him in bubble screens, jailbreak screens. He tried to get him in jet sweeps. Tried to put him in punt return situations, kick return situations, and he was not able to maximize any of those opportunities. So let's just talk about it. Quez Watkins took that role from him as being that secondary wide receiver, being that deep threat. Greg Ward took that from him as being one of the more reliable hands on the team. Devin Allen most likely will take that role as being the return guy, because he has Olympic traits and was able to run a 4.35 in the Oregon Pro Day. So there's so many guys on this roster that can do what Jalen Reagor does and do it better. Jalen Reagor has done nothing to necessarily stand out from the rest. And J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, likewise, he hasn't done anything to stand out except be a great blocker. But J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, they brought in Zach Pascal, a guy that can do what you can do and can do things you can do, and that's catch the ball. So where does that leave guys like J.J. and Jalen Reagor? I believe those 2 guys in particular will be the odd men out. Now, we do got this guy named Deon Cain, who was on the practice squad. We got John Hightower, who was on the practice squad. Who knows what's going to happen with them? They're relatively cheap, and they might just keep John Hightower on the practice squad because he has, I believe, a year extra on his contract, other than like Jalen Reagor or J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside's contract ends this year. Jalen Reagor's contract, I believe, ends next year. So this is a very interesting situation for the Eagles to be in, especially these wide receivers. But we all know DeVonta Smith is going to be at the top. Then you got Quez Watkins, you got Greg Ward, and that's not even including the guy that we're going to potentially draft. So this is going to be really interesting to see. I expect the Eagles to have a 4 to 5 wide receiver rotation, depending on what kind of scheme they run this year. They were a run-heavy team, but regardless, I expect the passing game to go to another level, because I expect Jalen Hurts to go to another level. But you guys be the judge. What do you guys think is going to be the situation with the wide receivers? Who's going to be the odd man out? I say Jalen Reagor and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, but I want to know what you guys think. Make sure you comment below. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got charged to the game. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry.